Let's talk about luxury apartments. So, nowadays, luxury apartments are becoming this big thing that a lot of younger people want to live in, and it's a scam. I'm telling you guys, it's a scam. Let's watch this first video.
We have got to stop using, actually, no. Y'all have got to stop using the word luxury so loosely when it comes to apartments. I'm in Houston. I was looking for a different apartment. I want a different floor plan. I ended up finding one, but I was looking at these luxury properties I be posting, and there's nothing luxury about it. It'd be a regular apartment. No parking garage, no elevators, no nice pools, no garden tub, no walk-in closet, wall stand, got roaches, cars getting broken into. Reviews definitely not luxury. I'm like, where's the luxury in that? Are y'all calling it luxury because it has modern finishes? Like, almost every new apartment that's being built looks like that. Like, if it's a new build, they all look that on the inside. But if I gotta walk upstairs, it's not a luxury. A dumpster? If I'm walking to a dumpster, that's not a luxury. If I can get rained on, it is not luxury. No security guard, no courtesy officer, that is not a luxury. I can hear my neighbor cough, not a luxury. Y'all using that word too loosely. Luxury is an experience, not an aesthetic.
Exactly right. These apartments, they just slap the word luxury onto everything. And sadly, it gets people. Like, you end up signing a lease, and in a month or two, your eyes are opened and you realize that they sold you on something that isn't real. Everything's fake. And I regret to tell you guys that, as you can see, I am living in a quote unquote luxury apartment where these floors, they're just the stick on floors. Like, I didn't even realize until we had made our bed, like our bed frames, and then we noticed that the legs started rubbing against the floor, and that thing peeled off. And so, am I getting my deposit back? Not sure. But she's right. Like, walls are paper thin. I can hear someone have a normal conversation next door. And amenities usually don't work. Like, I remember one thing that I was really looking forward to here was, oh my gosh, there's a coffee room. You can come over here, do your work, and get coffee. Coffee for free? Oh my gosh, I'm definitely gonna do that. Yeah, the first time I went, there were no cups. There was no coffee beans. It's just for decoration. That is so lovely. Let's look at the next video.
Has anyone ever had a good experience living in one of these like luxury apartments? Like, ever? I know probably 30 people who individually have moved into one of these. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they have this like stupid fake hardwood floor, quartz countertop, really nice amenities. They need to have the people who work these leasing offices run presidential campaigns, because I don't know how they keep selling people on these nightmares. Single person I've talked to who moves into one of these, they're so excited at first. 3 or 4 months in, they're like, this is the worst decision I've ever made. I cannot wait to get out of here. Or like, and it's always like for a different reason. Most of the time, they're way too effing expensive. Whatever you think you're gonna pay for one of these, tack on $300, $400, $500 for just like crazy random charges. Usually what happens is like the rent price is your like max budget. So you spend a little time like mentally adjusting to like, okay, I could pay that much. And then by the time you're like invested, they're like, oh, it's actually $200 extra for this, $70 for parking. Before you know what you're doing, you're like signing the lease. The other thing is that these are branded as luxury, and they're just not. The way they sell it, they're like, there's a pool, there's a gym. You're like, yes, I'll constantly be like laying out at the pool. And then you never do. You do, and somebody like poops in it. Or the gym is always gross and crowded. The last thing is that these are so isolating. I don't know if this is just where I live, but in general, like apartments like this, they're like studio or 1 bedroom, maybe 2 bedrooms. This is like not the kind of apartment you get with a friend. This is the kind of apartment you get to live alone or like with a romantic partner that you like don't have any real commitment with. You move in, you have these high expectations of like, I'm gonna live alone, my sparkly luxury apartment. I'll be like going and sitting by the pool. But then it's like the epitome of golden handcuffs, because then you just have to work your ass off to even afford it. And then they're like, the handcuffs are not even golden because all the amenities suck and the apartment is like way worse than you think it's going to be. Anyway, I don't know why I had to talk about that. I was just wondering if literally anyone has ever enjoyed their time in one of these.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're blind or you're stupid and you don't look at the details, you don't, you don't look at the details of your apartment or the amenities or any of that stuff, the staff even, like, then of course you're going to have a blast because you're not thinking about that stuff. But for most people, I think everyone has a similar experience to this. And another thing I forgot to mention, guys, is that this is a quote unquote new build apartment, the one I'm in. And um we got roaches. We got roaches. And they're like, oh, because it's a new build, there's pests. There was pests here before we started the build, so they, they're not gonna leave their home right away. And we were like, okay, let's do pest control then. And every time the pest control guy comes, he's always complaining. Like, he has this sassy behavior where we're like, okay, can you spray this area because it's right there where we last saw one, or can you spray over here? And he just sassily just like rolls his eyes, and then he's like, okay, but I can't do that anymore because I already sprayed it. And we're like, can you just please, because we don't want roaches in our apartment. Like, this is, we're paying top dollar in the area for this because we want to live comfortably, and this is what we get. So whenever these apartments put on this label or this brand as luxury, by no means should you trust it. You should never trust these companies or these apartment complexes. And the reviews here are pretty good. But then watch this next clip where she exposes it.
The secret about apartments, those 5-star reviews that they have on Google, they fake. Yeah, they fake. Staff wrote those reviews. Staff's family members wrote those reviews. They have like tenants that they're buddy with. They'll get them to leave reviews because they know they're going to leave good reviews because they're friends. They have a sister property in the area, meaning it's another apartment complex, but it's owned by the same corporation. They'll work together and leave each other fake reviews. There's also several Facebook groups that I'm in that are property manager groups and leasing agent groups, and they will post like, hey, here is my apartment. Go to Google, leave us a review, please. These folks ain't never stepped foot on the complex and they go leave 5-star reviews. That's also why when you see a negative review, it be followed by a bunch of good reviews. So you be thinking like, oh, that's probably just an angry tenant. Them tenants ain't lying. Y'all better just go ahead and sort by the lowest ranking review first.
That's right. That is definitely right. And nowadays, unfortunately, on Google, these apartments can take down comments. These apartments can take down negative reviews because I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that. And so they basically hide all of the true, genuine, authentic reviews from real people. And then they keep the fake reviews that have been curated by, like random people who don't even live in the building or who are just on their good side. It's very upsetting. Um, yep. And financially, it's eating us. Like, they're selling a dream that they know people want, and it's horrible because it's a lease. You're not just there for 2-3 months, you're there for a year, maybe 14, 15 months even, because they sell you that, oh, that deal, that bed free 2-month rent if you sign up for 14, 15 months with us. And it's a scam. It's not genuinely luxurious. It's not genuinely, oh, like you are so comfortable. Like, it's just the bare minimum, which is really upsetting. Yeah, let's see this last video that we got.
The downside to living in a luxury apartment is that I have this beautiful fridge
And I'm so busy paying for it that I can't seem to fill it with groceries. Let's do a little tour. So I have cat food here, strawberry, kombucha, yogurt. Where's my broccoli? This is my broccoli. I took it out. It's my dinner. I've already used up my weekly allowance and it's Tuesday.
Wow. Well, girl, you got everything. You got everything you need for a girl dinner. Girl dinner every day, every day. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of people who are in these luxury apartments, it looks like from the outside that they're living good. Like they are, oh, I live in here downtown, or I live in like this nice newly built apartment. But they're broke and they're struggling to make ends meet because they have been sold a dream, and the worst thing about it is that they're not even getting what they were sold on, like amenities, the gym, the pool. It's a scam because even like the community area that they usually show, like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have nights where we can go ahead and go to this clubhouse set area, or this community space where there's a pool table and there's those football like little table things, and you can spend time here with your friends. And then whenever you go there, it's always empty. Like no one's there, no one's with a community. There's no people there, no one ever hangs out there because it's useless. It's just to get you to believe that oh, this is a good apartment. It's so that you can go ahead and sign the lease. But once you're in there, they don't care. They're just gonna continue being fake. And yeah, like things that you were sold on, they don't truly have, and it's just gonna be a pain in the butt because staff, they just basically they're salespeople, and they're gonna be fake about everything. And we learned the hard way. But yeah, that's just how life is, I guess. We just got to keep going. And next time we know not to buy into this, buy into like the whole, oh, that you're going to have a wonderful life here. Like you're going to have so much fun. This is going to be so luxurious. Like you're going to have the time of your life. When in reality, it's going to be really inconvenient financially, as well as physically, when you're dealing with like bugs, when you're dealing with like even the cabinets that they apparently newly made, they don't even close correctly. Like it sucks, and the floors are a mess, not because you're dirty, but because they didn't make the measurements right. And there's like cracks on certain builds because they just weren't made correctly. They just threw a bunch of stuff together, slapped a bunch of cheap materials, and labeled it as luxury, and then sold it for 4 times the value of what it actually is. Like they just triple, quadruple, whatever the price. And yeah, unfortunately, that's just how it is nowadays. And just be careful whenever you're looking for an apartment. Remember to always be skeptical. Don't always buy into what the person is saying, whoever is like touring you, whoever is helping you out with the whole leasing thing. Yeah, because what they want is for you to just, sign the lease, and then from there they don't care about your experience. They don't really, they care about the initial part where they're trying to sell you into it. But yeah, so just be cautious and be careful with what you put your money and time into. So my name is Elise. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you guys think about the whole luxury apartment thing that's going on nowadays? You can let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys in the next video.